Tim Black.
Hey folks, how you doing? It's your man Tim Black. Thank you so much for tuning in. I thought I had this launch. Yes, I do. Okay, guys. First of all, what I'd like to say is thank you very much for tuning into this short Coffee with Tim Black segment. This is sponsored by Counterproper. Counterproper, which is the website of my good friend H.A. Goodman. Go check that out at counterproper.com. News for everyone, regardless to what party or affiliation you lean to. Tonight, at around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Nick Bronner, the founder of the Draft Bernie for a People's Party, will be on my show, and we're looking forward to that. So tune in at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. And also, if you're viewing this on YouTube, please consider helping and joining the Wolfpack here by using Super Chat, which is on your screen. Now, let's get into it, people.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, sucker. Let's get it on.
General Michael Flynn has resigned his position as security advisor to Donald Trump. This is in the midst of what's been ongoing are questions regarding his reliability, trustability, and his affiliation with Russia. This has been going on for the last 30 days. His statement released says, unfortunately, because of the fast pace of events, I inadvertently briefed the Vice President-elect and others with incomplete information regarding my phone calls with the Russian ambassador. Flynn went on in his resignation letter to say, I have sincerely apologized to the President and the Vice President, and they have accepted my apology. I am tendering my resignation, honored to have served our nation and the American people in such a distinguished way. This just handed down, 22 hours ago? In the dead of night, it seems. That's where it came. Was it that late? What time was it when this was announced? It was after our show last night because H.A. Goodman and I discussed this. Okay. Let the slings and arrows begin. He admits to wrongdoing. The Trump administration says that they did an internal investigation and they found no criminality in his acts, but that does not mean that he will not be questioned. It does not mean there won't be an investigation, a formal investigation by the Ethics Committee. Yeah, so what I found interesting is Kellyanne Conway on the Today Show this morning discussing this with Matt Lauer. She says, the president is very loyal. He's a very loyal person. And by night's end, Michael Flynn had decided it was best to resign. He knew he'd become a lightning rod, and he made that decision. Well, Matt Lauer didn't let that stand. Oh, no. Matt Lauer didn't let that stand. Matt Lauer said that doesn't make sense. That's crazy. The president believed in him, 24 hours ago, and suddenly he doesn't trust him when the allegations of him being untrustworthy from a Justice Department inquiry said he may have been susceptible to being bribed. Well, not bribed, or being blackmailed by Russian intelligence. It says exactly what his words exactly were. Last month, the Justice Department warned the White House that General Flynn had misled them, and that as a result, he was vulnerable to blackmail. In that moment, he still had the complete trust of the president. Conway didn't answer directly. She said President Trump has accepted General Flynn's resignation, and he wishes him well. So this is all great. Now, we all know Kellyanne Conway. She's in a little bit of hot water herself for comments she made regarding Ivanka Trump's accessories, right, on Fox News, Fox and Friends, right? So now they're saying, this is interesting because Walter Schaub, the director of the Ethics Office, wrote in a letter to the White House, there is strong reason to believe Conway violated ethics standards and that disciplinary action is warranted. He suggested that the White House open an investigation. This not looking good.
Bye, Felicia.
This not looking good. This not looking good, people. So let's get back to Flynn. Because with Kellyanne Conway, just my layman's opinion, based on what I'm looking at, folks, it'll be go to your room for a day. If anything happens, probably nothing. You can't prove intent. Flynn. Flynn is much more serious and may cause quite a stir for quite some time, and they may launch investigations into Flynn. And it may become a mini Benghazi. At least that's what you would think it would become after all of the upheaval that's happening over a phone conversation. Why are people so upset about Flynn? Why are people, particularly Democrats, running around very, this is it. This is the way we can get Trump out of office. We can get him impeached. Why is that? Well, look at it this way. The White House concluded at very least Flynn didn't mean to mislead the vice president, but may have because he couldn't remember what he said to the Russians. That's one of the reasons why, because they don't believe that Flynn doesn't remember the conversations, and they believe, based on what I'm reading, that Flynn told Pence he had these conversations. So who's lying? Lies, lie. I don't know. That's what they want to find out. So they want to lead this as a smoking gun towards Donald Trump. This was released, though. Not remembering is not a quality we can have for the National Security Advisor, said a source. Yeah, there's a lot of leaking going on in the White House. There's no names beside it. Words like this that are very incriminating. We don't know who these people are. Some people say that Michael Flynn may have been the leak, but I don't think Michael Flynn would leak on himself. At least let's not hope, or let's hope he didn't. This is what Republican John Conyers, Jr., top Democrat on the White House Judiciary Committee, and Elijah Cummings, top Democrat on the House Oversight Committee, had to say. They want a full classified briefing. They want to know the full extent of the circumstances surrounding Flynn to the Justice Department and FBI Monday night following Flynn's resignation. So that's what they requested. We in Congress need to know who authorized his actions. Did someone say he could talk to Russia? Who permitted them? And continue to let him have access to our most sensitive national security information despite knowing these risks. We need to know who else within the White House is a current and ongoing risk to our national security. This new disclosure wants a full classified briefing by all relevant agencies, including the Department of Justice and the FBI, and as soon as possible, certainly before Thursday, February 16th, we're communicating the request to the Department of Justice and the FBI this evening. I told you guys they want to make this a Benghazi.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
The controversy intensified after the report put Vice President Mike Pence and several other senior White House advisors in an uncomfortable position. Way worse than the mannequin man. Yeah, because they went on TV and denied in television interviews that there was any such conversations regarding anything of classified nature held by Flynn. And why is that still, Tim Black? Why is this such an issue? Well, Flynn is not an elected official. That's why. It's against the law, right? They did not discuss anything. That's what they said. This was Pence's comment on CBS News. They did not discuss anything having to do with the United States. All right, folks. I know that we got a lot of people partisan, right? You Democrat, Republican, you want fight. Listen, the man said he did have some words said with the Russian Christie, whoever this guy's name is, right? With the Russian official that was regarding the country. It had to be. Why would he resign? All right. Also, if people say, well, Trump is a very loyal person, wouldn't he take someone that disclosing information that could harm his cabinet and his reputation as being a disloyal action? I know I would. Well, I'm not him, but I'm assuming that a person who's loyal expects loyalty in return. So how loyal, or is it disloyal not to disclose what you said, that now has the administration looking worse than it's looked already? What else do we have? The White House official blamed outcry against Flynn on a Washington culture always in search of a scalp. Hey, I have a lot of problems with Hillary Clinton. Let me say that again. I have a lot of problems with Hillary Clinton. But there's been a lot of scalp hunting. And I don't even like using that term because you know what? Let me take that. They wrote that, so let me get off that. There has been a lot of zombie apocalypse eating going on in the White House in Washington, D.C. for quite some time. Okay, so let's just keep that real. This does not start with the Trump administration. But it also didn't start in the Trump administration where people get away with doing things that make their trust erode. I got into a little bit of a beef myself today on Twitter when I just brought up, not so long ago, historical events where Obama's administration, Loretta Lynch was talking to Bill Clinton in the plane while his wife was being still investigated, and no one had a problem with it. And I'm just saying, we're talking about trust. We're not talking about breaking of laws. And for the record, no one has proven that Michael Flynn broke a law. Okay? Hillary broke laws, but she had no intent. That was admitted too, or that's what the FBI found. So we'll see where this goes, guys. Michael Flynn's out. Who's going to replace him? Well, interim. General Keith Kellogg will be the interim National Security Advisor. On the short list for a permanent replacement, Petraeus. Is he better or worse? I don't know. I'm Tim Black. Thank you for tuning into this. Once again, this show is brought to you by my friend H.A. Goodman. Go to counterpropa.com and follow his stuff there. Also, tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Nick Brunner, founder of the Draft Bernie for the People's Party movement, will be on this show. I want you to be there. And if you like this content and if you appreciate independent media, how about submitting something here to the chat? And if you got any comments, I'd like to check those out real quick. Did anybody do that? Because if you comment on the super chat, I will be able to respond to you in real time on the show. And I'll shout you out, of course, and also respond to you. Let's see if we got anybody. Has anyone taken the plunge? I know I'm a little late with that. Let's see what we got here.
Coffee with Tim Black. Yes, I am. Coffee
Well, we got nothing.
with Tim Black.
It's all good. It's all good. I guess I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm Tim Black. See me at TimBlackTV.com. Also Facebook and Twitter at Real Tim Black. Be there tonight, guys. We're going to have a great show. Finally, something to feel a little positive about. Nick Brunner talking about recruiting Bernie into a people's movement. I feel real good about that. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace. And like I always say, don't you let nobody take your cornbread. Stay strong, stand tall. We out.